What's going on, everybody? I really should move that up there. Bear with me, guys. I did what everyone in YouTube Live tells you not to do, and that is screw with your setup just before you go live. I've changed a couple things here in the studio. For one, I added. I used to have a tablet that sat here that used to control my OBS. I got rid of the tablet and I got a full-size touchscreen monitor. So I'm now working with 4 monitors. Still have 2 cameras. The camera has been placed in a different way, which is kind of annoying me because the camera is there, but my screen is here. So when I'm looking at my screen, I feel awkward that I'm not looking at you. So I might change that a little bit, possibly. We'll see. Not much really going on tonight. I think the build is done. I was working on it a little bit this afternoon, well, a lot of it this afternoon, and I think I'm happy with it the way it is right now. Of course, as always with everything, the devil is in the details. So once it gets on the layout and it finds its home, there's a lot more things that we can do to it. But for now, I think it is what it is. How do I? Oh, here we go. All right. So tonight is it is March 3rd. It is the first Sunday in March, and usually John from Schuylkill River Valley is up here. But knowing this time of year, John is often busy doing his normal work schedule as an accountant, and he asked for me to fill in, so I'm very much happy to. John and I have a really good relationship. When he's not available, I'm always here to help, as is all the other members of Sidetrack Sunday. If you don't know, my name is Rick Bailey, and this is the Foltz Bailey Model Railroad channel. I am here to goof off and do all kinds of weird things for the next hour, because I'm never serious at anything. Hey, do you guys remember Logo? He's happy to be here. He's going to hang out for a few minutes while we're on the screen. Yeah, I guess we should just jump right into it. And of course, the very first thing that we do is check out our girl. Let's bring her up here. Let's get her to say hi. Here comes Rita. Yeah. All right. Rita's in the house. Yeah, where is I'm missing a screen. Or a window or something. Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's oh, why isn't that highlighted? That's not a good thing. That's gonna come up blank. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do, I guess, unless I switch over to, hey, let's check out the participants list. Not sure if this is gonna work, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, it did. Okay. All right. We are on to the participants list. Let's do this in alphabetical order, as it normally is. First at the top of the list tonight, we've got Container Man 68. Robert Darby from the Darby Rail Services is here. Dave DB Tech is in the house. Mike from the Deep Run Railroad is here. Of course, this guy's always here, and I don't know who he is, but let's keep an eye on that guy. Next up, we got Grandpa Rails is in the house. Joe Golden, a very good friend and family member of mine. Welcome in, bud. Glad to see you. Joe Rader from the Black Rock Central is here. Curly Express, that is Dwight hanging out with us. Also in the house is Kyle Stevens. Lynn McCurdy in the Lynn McCurdy and the High Desert Modular Railroad something one day I'll get this. It's not coming to me right now. Ray Boble is in the house from the B&N Model Railroad. Ron Moen is here. Santa Fe Bob is in the house. Thank you for stopping in, Bob. I appreciate it. Of course, J2, John from the Schuylkill River Valley is hanging with us. Sparky 107 is here, and I saw he was already chatting in chat already, which is surprising because I usually don't get to pull him out until the very end. Steve Childers is in the house. Glad to see you, bud. Appreciate you being here. Tim D is here. Tina A is in the house. And of course, bringing up the end of the list, your friend and mine, Wigwag Workshop, or as I know him as, 3Dub. If you guys don't, if you guys recognize over there, my list is that way, your list is that way. There's a couple people over there that are in this purplish bluish color, and they've got these little wrenches next to them. Those are my moderators. Those are the guys that try and keep the chat running as best as possible and keeping me on topic. So I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here and helping out the show. It's very, very much, it's because of you. No, it's because of all of you that I'm here. So, all right, let's run over to the side cam here. Let's get this started. We might as well there. You know what? I was kind of keeping track of chat for a little bit, and then it kind of got away from me. See if I can get the hello messages to start over here, because that was something that wasn't going well. Got to give a shout out to Rob from Why Are You Naked? He was the first one in the house earlier today when I first popped up the show. He was actually hanging out in Rumble, and he sent me a message over there and let me know that he's not going to be able to make the show, but he will catch the replay. And I'm now noticing that this monitor is screwing with my green screen, which is not good. I'm going to have to get that out somehow. We'll deal with that later. A couple messages that I saw. Lynn McCurdy wanted to know if he was early. Sparky is saying my shed is bigger than your shed. Yeah, it probably is. Probably is. Let's see. Lynn wants to know, how do I get the flowers to bloom in winter? Yeah, that's a trade secret. I can't tell you that one. There you go, John, saying hello to everyone. Kyle has arrived, everyone. Say hello to Kyle. Jerry has also arrived. Wigwag Workshop is here, and there is Sparky saying hello to all the modelers. The blue container, I assume, is 3D printed. Yes, the blue container, the recycling bin, was 3D printed from mini prints. Oh, interesting. Random line is coming. Oh, that file is not on the other machine. Is that going to do? Yeah, it's doing it for. All right, let's stop that. I know what I screwed up there. All right, let's just get rid of that. There is a file that thing pulls from, and I just recently actually I have to do that because now I can't get rid of that other thing. You have a copy running. Oh, I screwed it up already. So now Dwight is gonna hang out up there for a minute. I gotta see if I can fix that. Otherwise, Dwight's gonna be with us all night long. Crap, I forget how to do this. All right, studio mode. Hello message. There you go. Blur that out. Okay. Got that done. There, take off studio. Good. All right. So, bunch of people saying hello. Chat has just flown by me. I'm just going to skip to the bottom. Mom and Son Train Rail Fans is here. Thanks for stopping in, dear. Hey, if you guys didn't see your name over in that list that was I was calling out earlier, it's because you didn't say anything in chat. So if you want to see your name over there the next time we have it up, you got to at least say hello in chat, and then I can pop it up there, and we can at least say hello. So yeah, as I was saying, I don't have a lot going on. Um, so I am just going to. I think we're just going to roll with. I'm going to show you the building, and let's go from there. Because other than that, it's just going to be me, you, and chat. So let's do that. Let's jump down to the workbench and get my mouse out of the way. There we go. All right, so couple things here. Let's get zoomed in. Let's look at a couple things on the building. So as we went over last week, we focused a lot on the roof last week, and here's the old roof that I made, weathered up and everything, but it was way too small, and it wasn't doing exactly what I wanted. So I scrapped that. Excuse me, and I built a new roof. I weathered it up the same way, and as you can see, I actually added some green grass there just to mimic maybe some falling leaves or some moss growing or something along those lines. Um, Not my nose. Pay attention, okay? All right. Heath, welcome in, bud. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So, what else did I do? So over here on the front side, I did add some flowers on the bottom, and I figured this is probably a touch that Sparky's wife was going to do, because I know if she agreed to have a shed like this in the backyard, she was at least going to make it somewhat pretty. So those were put in there by her. She also told Sparky to make sure that he keeps his trash in the back. So there's his recycling bin. What she doesn't notice is there's a bunch of crate boxes over there. And this is where Sparky hides all the boxes from Otter Valley trains. So they're hanging over there. And those bags right there, they're all full with the peanuts from all the packing material. So that's what we got there. I was able to find a small little sign that says trains, and you're not going to be able to see it, but there is a locomotive in there. There it is. That actually came out really nice. Let's see if we get the flowers. So the flowers were a nice touch. The flowers, let me explain to you the flowers. These were pretty cool. So I got these little, I don't think this is the exact one. Where's the exact one? This is it. So I got this online. And I just saw somebody said hi to Anthony. And if it's the Anthony that I think of, there you go. Georgia Sunbelt. Hello, Anthony. Nice to see you. So I got this thing. I can't remember where I got it from, but it's like this little spongy material. You can actually see it's like the Scotch Guard kind of stuff that you see on the end of your kitchen sponge, and it looks like they just glued on some different colored flock. In this case, some green and some red. So all I did is I took my little scissors and I just sat here and I just cut off little tiny pieces and little crumbles, and then dropped some glue down at the bottom of the building, and then just sprinkled those on. Kind of the same thing I did over here with the moss on the top of the building, but that came from a shaker can. So that's all that is. Nothing on this side, at least not yet. Like I said, more stuff to come. I did do some weathering on the back side here. I just put in some dirt spots, again, playing around with those pastels that I got and the eyeshadows. So just some subtle tints of brown at the bottom, and then you can kind of see there's like a green coloring on there. That's from when Sparky cuts the grass. He very often will cut the grass, and then on the sides that you can see, he'll clean off with a garden hose. The sides that you can't, he just leaves the grass grow up there. So that's why the wood kind of turned green. It's got that kind of color on there. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the building and how it came out. I love the new roof. Actually, the roof believe it or not, I did paint the inside, but this is, do I have a piece of it? No, I don't think I do. This is actually, I took a page from, um, I took a page from, Ray Boble and actually used, the box that came from a Coca-Cola container, or you know, the 12 pack soda. So that's what that is. So I just cut it to length, cut it in 3 pieces, and then you know, did the rest. Um, the bench cam is having a little trouble with focus. So I know it's a little grainy, but that's because I'm zoomed in. The camera is like 2 feet above the workbench. So that's why it kind of looks grainy. If I zoom out, it's not so grainy. But you also really can't see it unless I hold it up like this, and then you get a bird's eye view of everything, kind of. And then it often tries to focus in on what's in the background and not what's in the foreground. So that's kind of why I use the zoom there. But yeah, so we're gonna call this. I'm gonna make and then once shiny things get in there, it starts freaking out. I am gonna make a sign. He knows my shed pretty good. You know, if I started this knowing it was going to be Sparky's shed, I would have done it to you know, as best as a good model as your, word I'm looking for, prototypical. I would never do anything prototypical, but you know, try to do as best I could. um Sorry, I've got a little bit of a cold the kids gave me this week. um yeah, bouncing in and out of focus a lot. Yeah. As my mind goes, you know, a fritz, so does my cameras apparently. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. This was a real cool build, and I was glad that I could do this with you. It was my second. It was my first kit bash as a wood kit. It was not my first kit bash. I did do a few in plastic, but this is definitely the first one in wood. Um, if you remember, I can't find the instructions right now. This was a kit from FOS Scale Models that was supposed to be a shed, um, like a rail shed, and the front doors here was supposed to be the front of the building. These two sides were actually supposed to be the side of the building, and then this piece in the back was actually the back of the building. So all in all, the pieces that you see that are all clapboard, those are original from FOS Scale Models. The only thing that I had to build was this back wall, which I gave some accents with just some strip of basswood, 1/16 basswood, to make that up. So I actually do have the parts from another kit, the same exact kit. But what I'm missing from that kit is the back that I used to this kit. So I could still build the other one, which I probably will. Use these for the sides, the front, and then just make a back probably similar to that. And then I'll have myself another building. So that would be really cool. Turned out pretty good. Well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. I need a 3-tier helix inside. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get. There's not many windows that you can peer through to actually see it. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking earlier today. There is a door on the front, but there is no door on the back, so there's no emergency exit for Sparky to get out of if something ever happens in the train shed. So hopefully it does not. The door might be in the wrong place, but I do love the idea you're having. Yeah, like I said, had I known, I remember the videos from you building your shed. You've got a little shed on the side that you actually use for your garden stuff, and then the rest of the building is your train shed with the door on the left-hand side. So had I thought of this concept, I would have done it that way. Excuse me. Um, More track in the helix than the actual layout. I believe that. I totally, totally believe that. So now I need to I need to decide on what I want to do for the next kit, because um, I'm filling in for John this week, which means Nisi is going to be on next week, and then you guys are going to have me again the week after, which is my normal week. So in 2 weeks, we have to start a new project. I do have an idea of kind of, well, I don't have an idea on the building, but I do have an idea on something that I do want to share with you guys. And I'll give you a heads up now. Um, I don't know how well this is going to show up on the camera. Let's go the other way. Let's go back down this way because it seems to work better here. So there's a channel that I saw. I'm going to throw the channel link up in chat. There was a guy who sent me a message on one of my videos from over a year ago. Greg Cassidy's Workshop is his YouTube channel. And he was commenting on one of the videos that I did about mortar joints and how I used white caulk to fill in the mortar joints. And he showed me these. These are distressed crayons. So I picked these up on Amazon. I can't remember off the top of my head, and sorry I didn't get a link. I will put it in the description after. But these were pretty cool when he was using them. I haven't tried them yet. But they appear to be like soft crayons, and if you actually wet them, he's got a video on it. He's actually got 2 videos on these crayons. So check out his channel and check out those videos. If you take the crayon, when you take the cap off, let's see if we can take a look at these. I'll do the gray because that seems to be what mortar is. So there's the crayon, right? And it's a soft crayon. Almost as I would say, it kind of feels like a wet pastel, like an oil pastel almost. It's got that kind of feel to it. But from what Greg says, if you take the crayon and dip it in water first, and then put it on your brick building, it will fill in the mortar joints, and then you can just wipe the excess away. So that's something that we're going to try on this channel, maybe next week or possibly the week after, whenever we get to that stage in the build. So I do have those. Again, thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. Thank you also for becoming a subscriber to the channel. So awesome. Also, guys, I am going to throw up the links in the chat to the other STS members. Make sure that you check out their channels. I apologize. I forgot to add Heath and Jason in there. I'm not sure if you guys saw Ray Bobel's video that he put out on Friday. He usually includes a schedule on his video, and if you caught it, you will notice that there is a 5th Sunday this month, and it is also just happens to be Easter Sunday. And we needed someone to fill in to get that 5th show off the ground. So we resurrected Heath, and he's going to do the show for us. He's going to do our 5th Sunday. So keep an eye out for that coming up at the end of the month. You got a couple weeks to wait for it, but Heath will be back in the house, and we'll get that. We'll get that show off the ground. Everybody's in chat over there just talking away. How about starting a layout? Yes, actually, I have an idea. I've been flopping around. I do have an idea. I have an idea of something that I actually saw on Pinterest that I want to try. But my only problem is, in order to do it, I would need to take down the shelves that I had put up already. So the problem is not taking down the shelves. I can take down the shelves. The problem is, where do I put the stuff now when I take the shelves down? Yeah, not that Heath guy again. I don't know what's going on with him. Blame Heath for the fifth Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I have to take down the shelf. I actually have to take down what you guys are seeing as where is it? That shelf? Yeah, that shelf right there has to come down. This one will probably stay, most likely stay. But the layout's going to start there and it's going to go around that way and then down that way in front of me. But I realized the way that I want to build it, the current bracket style that I'm using, these brackets here, are also being used on the shelf above. You can see it right there, kind of. Well, that would be in the way of the design that I have for the layout. So that's why that shelf has to go. The good news is when I get the layout up top, it's basically going to have a shelf up top. Then I'm going to be able to put this stuff back on. So I just need to make sure that I get this thing securely in studs so that when I put stuff on top, it'll handle all of the weight that's going to go on it. So I know I've been saying it for a long, long time, but a layout is coming. It is coming. Um, Heath is that guy that never says hi back. Yeah, when he's live on his show, he's kind of just he's in it. He doesn't stop to say hello. So he's just going, just getting the information out there. Uh, you're going to wire up her flashers, Dave? Oh my. Oh, there it is. I'm going to help Nisi next week with some wiring. Yes, that's going to be a great show. That's going to be an awesome, awesome show. Oh, thank you for the support, Tina. I appreciate it. You're the best. The best, the best. Um, so I need to pick out a building. In order for me to show you guys the mortar trick, I don't have any wooden buildings that are brick faced. So it's going to have to be a DPM kit. So we're going to jump back to the DPM kit. The only studs in the basement are holding up the walls. That could be true. That could be true. We all want to get our hands on Nisi's flashers. Every layout needs those. Yeah, I'll take your word for it, Sparky. Yeah, sure they do. I'm your favorite sister. Of course, I'm the best. Yeah. Well, that could be just because you're the only one. So that gives you default there. So I'm thinking let me go up here and pull down the box of DPM stuff. Do I really want to do that? I don't know if I want to do that because the DPM stuff, they're all big buildings. They're deep buildings. And the problem with the deep buildings is that I won't have room for them on the little shelf layout. They have to all be short buildings. That's why I kind of love the wood kits because the wood kits are usually short. All right, we're gonna have to get the box down. Surprise us. I could, but if I do that, then I've got nothing else to talk about for the next 30 minutes. So I gotta find something. Gotta find something. Maybe we could just do a test on something. You know what I could do? You know what we could do? You know what we could do, Mr. Joe Raider? You know what we could do? We could run the test on the merchant row that I got from you. Since that is already built and it's already here, I say we try it. Somebody said let's talk about colors. Well, I could be blue, I could be purple. I don't know the rest of it. Roy G. Biv, red, green, blue, yellow, indigo, violet, all the colors of the rainbow. Why is it got to be a color thing? Mr. Dave. Heath could ask questions for 30 minutes. I'm open to questions. Always open to questions. Thomas, welcome in. Good to have you here. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think Mr. Raider brought up a good point, and I think that's what we're gonna do. I have to get some water. Let's get some water from the old water jug. Don't give Heath any ideas. Yeah. All right. I don't think we need that much. I'm spilling it all over the desk. You know that I am. All right. I'm just going to put this down. I can put it back later. Okay. Where's my paper towel? Because I did just make a mess. Got water everywhere. All right. Here's that. Okay. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Sparky's shed. And I got to find a place for you on the shelf. I'll do that in a minute. But what we can do is bring down Merchant Row. Put Sparky shit up there for a moment. Let's take a look at this. All right. Here is. You could play with your makeup again. Yeah. I'm telling. Oh, and I did find out. Oh, I put it away already. It's up there already. I did find out that Wet and Wild makeup. I asked Jen where she got it from, and apparently it's a product from Five Below. So you can head over to your local Five Below and literally get those kits for $5 a piece. I personally think they're worth it. I like those better than the powders that I've been using. So if you ask my opinion, there you have it. Sadly, I have not found a use for lipstick yet, but I will. I'll investigate it if you guys are up for it. We can try some on. I could call Daryl, the real Daryl, and see if he's got a favorite color. Maybe he can suggest something. What was Kenzie's grade on her project you showed us? Oh, she got 100. She absolutely got 100. Yep, absolutely. They loved her. They loved the diorama. It was the only one that was like it in the class. And she did a handwritten like explanation of the project, and she got 100 on that also. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you for reminding me of that. That was great. Black Rock said, "What questions should I ask?" Well, there's a question. I guess that would be your first question. There's a lot of neat stuff at Five Below. Yeah, same at the dollar stores. Yeah. Don't answer that, Joe. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Got a little fuzz there. I think here we could do this. I will do it on the backside here. Sorry, you're gonna get a little bit of glare from the windows that are in there. I don't know if zooming in is gonna help this. It's gonna get a little grainy. Let's zoom out for now. But let's try this gray one. So there were two techniques that Greg showed me. Oh, by the way, hang on just a second. When the last time that I was in Timonium, I saw a vendor, and the vendor had a bunch of wood kits and resin, 3D printed resin items for sale. I got an email on Friday that they are having a sale that ends tonight. So I'm sorry, you don't have a lot of time on this. all of their 3D printed stuff at Mind Mount Models is 29% off. It's their leap year sale. I'm gonna pop their link up in chat here. Check these guys out. Look at their resin stuff. Look at their 3D printed stuff. As I said, 29% off. You can't beat that for anything. So check them out. It just popped in my head while I was doing this here. All right, so let's get on this. So apparently this stick here, you turn this and that comes out. So that's how you get more stuff. So Greg did this two ways. His very first way was just to take the pen and rub it on the model and have it fill in the cracks. And then what he did, I can't remember if he did if he used a toothbrush or a paper towel. We're going to try a paper towel. I'm just wetting the corner of the paper towel. And then he just kind of wiped this away. And you notice how the crayon just stays behind in the mortar joints. Looks pretty cool. So that's one way. The second way that he did it was to take the pen itself and dip it in the water. And then with the water already on there, put that onto the model. And then all you have to do is wipe it off. I kind of wiped off more than I wanted. I think I was just heavy-handed with it. So we'll just do a light pass. So you kind of get the same effect. Come on, focus in there. As that one. Come on, do a bit of focusing. Hey, focus on a window and then move down there. So there's that. And then there's that. If you ask my opinion, I think I kind of like the way this came out better. Although can you get them in N scale? I don't know if you can get them in N scale, but I bet they will work on N scale. So hopefully that helps you. So I kind of like the look of this better than this does. But the funny thing is, I think you see more pigment here than you do here. This is a cleaner look, but this definitely has more pigment. Like you can actually see bricks here. You can't see bricks there. You know it's gray, but you can't see bricks there. So I'm a little torn. I will try it both ways. That's what I was doing on the retaining wall. Heavy on the brush, light passes with a sponge. Yeah. So I mean, I will try it. I would try it both ways and see, which way works for you. But when I saw him do it, I kind of liked it. It solved. It did a better job than what I was doing with the caulk. I can tell you that. And you can see it takes no time at all to cover a building. All right. So hopefully that's enough. Let's get a little water. Not much water because I don't want to. And I'm hoping that this just wipes right into. Okay, so I didn't go heavy enough because I didn't get it in the cracks. So you got to really mash it in there. So I just basically like wiped most of it off. Yeah, I didn't get it that much in there. Oh, drop my pen. So let's try this again. And this time we're really going to mash it in there. I use Vallejo ground texture, rough gray pumice on the brick buildings for my mortar. I apply with a brush, let it dry for 2 minutes, and wipe the excess off. Awesome. Russ, do you have a video on that? I would like to see that process. I build my N scale kits one brick at a time. That would be something to definitely something to watch. You could do a multiple series on that one. See, my only concern with this is you're really taking a lot off. I mean, you're getting the job done, but you really are taking a lot off. And you guys know I'm quite frugal. I could see myself like going through this entire pen just on like one solid building. I like the concept. I'm not sure if I'm sold on it yet. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I just need to send my buildings to Greg and just have Greg do them. Because when he did it, it looked awesome. When I do it, it's not working so well. If that were true, you would never get anything done. You're assuming that he's getting stuff done now. All right, so it looks like several passes with a wet cloth or a paper towel brings back the top layer of brick and makes it look not so messy. But you really are like wiping a bunch. I don't know. It might be sticking to my caulk. Uh, Tim, I'm going to agree and disagree. So I see what you're saying that on real buildings, the lines aren't as visible. This in this time, and this is just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but in our modern in this decade, when I see brick buildings, the lines are really, really thin, almost unnoticeable. I mean, they're there, obviously, but they're really, really thin. But if you look at older buildings going back, built in the 40s and the 50s and all that jazz, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I'm going to take a guess that they either weren't sure of the strength of the cement or just figured we'll lather on as much as possible and the lines were thicker. Now that time has progressed further and there have been improvements in almost every industry, but the construction industry, I would imagine that the cement they're using or for the mortar is probably a stronger material, and that's why they're using less of it. Again, just a guess. Don't quote me on that. But that would be the only reason why I could see that you see less of it now. But it is definitely more prevalent in older buildings. The paint is sticking to your what? What is paint sticking to? Who's doing something with paint? Depends how close the building you are in, Tim. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something. I mean, again, it's just an aesthetic. I mean, if you don't care about mortar lines, then you don't have to worry about it. If someone wants something that's hyper realistic, this could be an option. Um, so I mean, you can always go that route, but I definitely do see the pen has a purpose, but I think you're going to go through the entire pen for that purpose. So unless you can find a way, I mean, I can't. Let's try this one more time. We'll go right here, right? Let's mash this in here because I do want to try this one other way. Let's mash some in here. All right. I'm not sure if I got that well enough. All right. So now let's do this. let's get a brush. I'm going to use a brush that is fairly flexible, I guess is the right word, wrong word maybe. And I'm just going to put a little water on it. And let's see what happens when we brush this around. I could definitely see that it's loosening up. I mean, I think that's the answer right there. But you're definitely gonna have to let this sit, because if you wipe this like I tried a few minutes ago, that's just gonna wipe everything right out and out of those lines. Now that covered a lot more than my previous attempts. All right, let's give that a minute. See if that does anything. Yeah, I mean that could be a reason why they call it a distressed crayon. I don't know. I don't know. I used both chalk and whitewash on a building you sent me. The no scum elite. Right. Yep. I remember that. I remember that. That is true, Russ. Yes. A lot more can be seen in no scale. Oh, no worries. No worries. No worries. Send them by Pony Express. 2 is expensive enough. Yeah. Why are there two wives? What are the crayons made of? That is a very good question. So it doesn't say. It doesn't say on the crayon. And it doesn't say it on the package. It just says the smooth water reactive pigment. are ideal for creating brilliant backgrounds, watercoloring, and more. These you can find at rangerinc.com. I also found I got these off of Amazon. I just searched for distressed crayons and it came right up. It says here water reactive pigment. Um, there are different packages. I got this is volume 3 or package 3. There are different colors that also come in a 6-pack. So pay attention to which one you're picking up if that's what you decide to do. Um, so let's just try and wipe this, see what it does. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I might have spoke too soon. I mean, that kind of looks good, but I mean, it's not perfect, but then again, we're not looking for perfect, right? I mean, if you had the entire building done like that, would is that something that you would want to see? I don't know. I mean, it's doing the job. I'm just I'm not sure if I'm digging it. Hey, good to see you, Rusty. Wipe at an angle so you're not putting the mortar. Yeah, I tried both. I tried both. I just use joint compound. Yeah, I haven't tried joint compound, but I do need to do that. Um, I'll send it off next week. Okay, no worries, bud. Thank you. No rush. No rush. I'm just glad that you made it home. So that's good. I don't know. I don't know. You have to ask Keith that question. I sold 12 pieces of rolling stock. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Crayon is made of a type of wax. Oh, well, yes, regular crayons are, but I don't know what these are made of. Again, to me, their feels kind of like an oil pastel. Do the crayons work better than whitewashing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of seeing the same effect almost. Lightweight hydrocal. Yes, same as joint compound. Well, close, I guess, in material. Um, yeah, it's a great start. It's a good start. I mean, even if you were to use it in just some spots and make it look like the building's been recently excuse me, recently like brick pointed or I mean, it gives the building contrary to the name, it does look like the building is distressed. Like it had it had a heavy rain or something, and the mortar joints are running. I mean, you could swing this a whole bunch of ways. I think it would be better in a smaller area like a repair. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't lose my camera tripod. It was left at the airport. Oh, that's good. That's good. Have they been reviewed by a therapist? I couldn't say. I couldn't say. It depends on the effect you're after. That it does. So yeah, it's something. It's definitely something that it needs to be tested. It certainly does. Now, Joe, can you confirm for me? I believe these buildings are painted. Is that right? Or this is this just the original? No, they've been painted. Even the red's been painted. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. It looks to me like the inside of the building is a different color red than the outside of the building. Oh, looks like Joe's got to run. Doggy time. All right. Well, dog is definitely good. If they're wax-based, water won't work. If acrylic, wipes immediately with water before it dries. If it's oil-based, forget it. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know because it worked very it reacted with the water and it seemed like it spread out like an acrylic. Definitely not oil because it has the feel of like an oil pastel, but it's certainly not. It's not oil based. Um, why not go ahead and finish the whole side of the building? I will. I may just do that. We're running out of time tonight, but I'll probably do that off camera, and we can definitely revisit this in 2 weeks. I may just go and pick. I'll probably pick next week's building at some point, and I'll get it. I'll get it at least painted, somewhat painted, and then maybe we'll try this again on that. Okay, Joe says it is painted. Okay, so the red color is not the same. The building, when the building originally came, it had this red color. That is a different, a darker red. So I did, it did look like it was painted. So it's definitely going on top of a paint and not directly on plastic. If you actually want to add some black in that area, it could be fire damage. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a good story. Yeah. Yep, we are doing mortar lines, but I like the story. I like the story. I'm just catching up here. Earwax. Yeah. Question, Rick. Give it a taste test. No, no. I'll give it a smell test for you. I don't smell anything. No, no, sorry. Not gonna do the taste test though, Lynn. Sorry. Is it nose wax? I don't know. Let me try something along these lines tomorrow and let me know the results. Is the paint flat black? Um, what paint and where's black? A flat brick. I think so. Is the paint a flat brick? I think it feels. I mean, honestly, it's a damn good paint job because I don't see any brush strokes or anything. So whatever he did, I mean, I would imagine. I know Joe does some awesome uh airbrush spraying. So I'm guessing that the paint was sprayed on. I've never left my house for that long, Artie. Did you have a house sitter? Mortar lined, it looks retouched. Yep, yep. What color black are you using? The lightest black possible. Lighter. It's black with a touch of white. Kind of comes out like that. After all said and done, more got said than done. That's true. That's true. I didn't have much prepared tonight, Rusty. So yeah, there was a lot of said and not a lot done. Oh, Rusty, did you see Sparky Shed? I know you came in late. He thinks your crayon is a flat black paint. Yeah, no. The crayon is not a flat black paint. Matte acrylic paint dries with the touch to it, with a tooth to it. Oh, yeah, no, that's smooth. That's that's smooth paint. Whatever he did, that feels like plastic. So there's no grip to that. I see what you're saying now, real artist. The material that can be used to support my girder panels, but CA won't stick. Try Aleene's Techie Glue. All right, real quick. This is for Rusty. We'll go back for a minute. I won't make you rewind. Here's what we were working on last week. Here's Sparky's shed. So this is how it came out. Got a new roof on it. Got some leaves and debris up on the roof. The roof's been weathered a little bit. Sparky's wife put some flowers in the front. We got the trash on the side. Sparky's got his recycling, all the boxes from OVR trains, and trash bags filled with packing peanuts. Did a little bit of weathering on the back end. Got some dirt and some mud and some grass stains on there. Pretty happy with it. So yeah, this was all done off camera, not on camera, but I love the way it came out. So that's what we did tonight. I showed that off. We did some testing of the mortar joints. That's really all I got for this evening. Let's flip back over here to the main cam. All right. Sounds good. All right. Wave good night, Logo. Logo says, see you later. Guys, on that note, thank you so much for hanging in with me. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for coming on the journey of Sparky's shed. I'm definitely going to make him some neat little sign other than what you see there over the door, but I got to figure that out. I don't know what I want to do with that yet, but we'll get there, and I'll tell you about it when we get there. Hey Dwight, did you see James's question? James wants to know, did you see his question? So I will work on getting another building down here, and we'll get it tested, and we'll see how the mortar lines take out, and we'll go from there. Next build in 2 weeks, guys. Don't forget, next week is Sidetrack Sunday on Nisi's channel, and then I'll be back in 2 weeks. And then after that will be Raybo Bell again. And then again, Heath is going to help us out doing the 5th week for this upcoming March to close out the month. So let's go ahead and get the credits rolling. Again, there's a video right over there for you guys to check out. There's probably a playlist right down there that's got some good stuff in it. And then right below me is the subscribe button. Make sure you click on that, subscribe, like. Thanks, guys. See ya.